Joining me now is the CEO of Waffle House, Walt Ehmer. Walt, welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
I have enjoyed Waffle House many, many times over the years. Think about high school prom night. Anyway, we won't go into it. But listen, so what's it going to look like at Waffle House in Georgia and other places where you can reopen?
Yeah, happier times thinking of the prom nights for sure. So we're really not reopening. What we're doing is we're taking the restaurants where we are open and we're adding some limited dining. And not a lot has changed for us because customers to this point over the last 6 weeks have been coming to our restaurants. They've been getting out of their cars. They've been walking into our restaurants, placing orders, waiting patiently for their food at a distance from one another and a distance from us. And then they get their food and then they leave. And the difference really for us now is, and we're excited for this opportunity, is that we now can add the ability for them to just sit at a distance and eat, as opposed to have to go eat in their laps in their car or on the tailgate of a truck. We've seen a lot of things, a lot of picnics in our parking lots lately. So that's really what we're doing. It's just a very slow addition of some additional capacity inside the restaurant.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a slow change, but I think it's still a significant one. You know, for people to sit in a restaurant, maybe even have table service as opposed to just taking the food with them. Tell me about how that affects staffing. And it was interesting to hear you say that you're not opening any more locations. You're just adding that dining aspect to the ones that are already open.
Yeah, we're taking this very carefully. We're following all the CDC guidelines. We're doing all the things you'd expect a restaurant to do. Fortunately, restaurants have been kind of raised to live to standards for safety for our customers, and so we've enhanced a lot of that. Where we have closed restaurants, it's really because the economies in those particular markets really have not responded with any kind of demand. And so we're looking at the restaurants we have open to help gauge when and where it would be appropriate to add more restaurants back online, if you will. And as you know, as you mentioned in the intro, we're very much driven by having our restaurants open and available for people 24 hours a day. We're just not there yet.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. You know, your restaurants in many cases were famous for not having keys because they literally never close, even in natural disasters. So this is kind of a national natural disaster, and it has affected your service hours. When do you expect to be back up at full service? 24/7, 365, you know, you can have a dine-in experience. How many years off is that?
You know, a lot depends on what's happening. And, you know, obviously if there was a vaccine or some sort of cure for this virus, I think it could happen quick, but it doesn't seem to be heading in that direction. So I think the role we're trying to play right now is to help the country and help ourselves figure out how to deal with the virus being with us for some time and how to get our businesses prepared to provide jobs and opportunities for our people. We've always been there, tried to be there for the customers when they needed us most, and now we're trying to be there for when our employees need us the most. And I think it's going to be some time. I think we'll gradually start welcoming more and more customers back. Fortunately, the customers are really behaving. I've spent most of my time in the last 6 weeks in the restaurants, and everybody is really getting it, and they're paying attention to the guidelines, and they're doing what they should do. Well, and I know that's not 100%, but most people are.
I want to sneak, can you give me one word? Listen, what percentage of your restaurants have to be full to be profitable? 5-second answer.
Half.
Okay, that's about what we've heard elsewhere. I know that putting you on the spot like that is tough, but you know, it gives us a sense of when profits might be back. And thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Walt
Come
Ehmer.
meet with us again.
Yeah, I know I will. Believe I got to get back down to Virginia.